Desmond Okafor sat in the VIP lounge of Dubai International Airport, his heart pounding as he glanced around. He had escaped death so many times, but tonight felt different. The Rolex on his wrist felt heavier than usual, like a chain dragging him down. His empire, built on deceit, cyber fraud, and blood money, was crumbling before his eyes. He took a deep breath and scrolled through his phone, only to freeze when he saw a new message from an unknown number. "There's nowhere left to run, Desmond. We're coming for you." Sweat trickled down his temple. His enemies had finally caught up with him. His private jet was waiting. But would he make in time? Desmond grew up in Ajegunle, one of Lagos' most notorious slums, where hope was a luxury and survival was a miracle. His father was a failed mechanic who drowned his frustrations in cheap gin. His mother, a roadside akara seller, worked tirelessly but still went to bed hungry most nights. Poverty humiliated Desmond. He hated watching his mother beg for food. He hated wearing the same torn shirt every day. He hated the smell of suffering that lingered in their tiny, leaking room. One night, after his father beat his mother unconscious over a debt of 500 Nigerian nairas, Desmond made a promise to himself. "I will be rich, no matter what it takes." At 19, Desmond met Chief Uchenna, a feared but respected businessman. The man had political connections, powerful allies, and a long history of making young men wealthy. "You want to be rich, boy?" Chief asked him over a plate of steaming pepper soup in a private lounge. "More than anything," Desmond answered. "Then forget morality. The world doesn't reward the righteous. It rewards the powerful." And so, Desmond learned the dark arts. Yahoo Plus, cyber fraud scamming foreigners using charm and rituals. Money laundering, clubs, hotels, and offshore accounts. Political bribery, funding corrupt officials in exchange for lucrative contracts. Human sacrifice, the unspoken secret, offering blood in exchange for supernatural protection. By 25, Desmond was driving a Bentley, owning nightclubs, and sitting at tables with senators and oil tycoons. The media called him a self-made tech investor, but his real wealth came from crime. Yet, with great wealth came great enemies. Desmond's biggest mistake wasn't the fraud. It wasn't even the killings. It was falling in love. Amara was a brilliant investigative journalist, known for exposing corrupt businessmen. Desmond met her at an elite charity gala and was instantly drawn to her. Unlike the women who chased his wealth, Amara was fiercely independent. She challenged him. She questioned his sources of wealth. "Tell me, Desmond, what's your real story?" He lied. He told her he built a fintech startup that made him millions. She believed him. Or maybe she wanted to believe him. For the first time, Desmond wanted to be a good man. He envisioned a future where he could leave the blood money behind and start afresh with her. But Chief Uchenna had different plans. "Love is weakness," Chief warned him. "If she starts asking too many questions, eliminate her." Desmond ignored him. That was his second mistake. Emeka was Desmond's most trusted hacker, a genius with computers. Together, they had stolen millions from unsuspecting victims. But greed is a monster that never sleeps. When Emeka asked for a bigger share, Desmond laughed in his face. "You're just a tool, Emeka. Tools don't get equal shares." Emeka left that night humiliated and furious. A week later, international news outlets exploded with leaked evidence. Documents linking Desmond's businesses to massive fraud. Bank statements showing offshore accounts used for money laundering. Names of high-profile government officials tied to Desmond's empire. The empire was burning. The EFCC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, launched an investigation. His accounts were being frozen. Foreign governments were demanding his extradition. But the biggest betrayal was yet to come. Desmond rushed to Chief Uchenna's mansion, expecting his mentor to protect him. Instead, Chief sat calmly, sipping whiskey, while armed men surrounded Desmond. "I built you, Desmond, and now you're a liability." Desmond's heart stopped. "Chief, you can't do this." "Oh, but I can." And just like that, Desmond was cut off from the underworld he once ruled. His bank accounts? Frozen. His properties? Seized. His allies? Gone. The only thing left was to run. With the EFCC on his trail, Desmond fled Nigeria with his last stash of Bitcoin. Dubai was supposed to be safe, but when he reached the airport, he received the message that sealed his fate. There's nowhere left to run. A chill ran down his spine. Before he could react, Interpol agents swarmed him. Desmond Okafor, you are under arrest. The once untouchable billionaire was now just another criminal in handcuffs. From a prison cell in the UK, Desmond finally had time to reflect. His mother had died from a stroke after hearing about his crimes. Amara moved on, marrying a simple, honest man. Chief Uchenna continued making new boys rich, as if Desmond never existed. His empire was built on lies, deceit, and blood. And now he had lost everything.